Welcome to Sports in the Land. We got all your Browns and Cavs, much more coverage happening right now. We got a lot going on in the land, sports wise. Obviously, our Cavs down 2-0-2 came back with a strong performance to get a win in this series. So we'll be getting into that in another video here shortly. But for right now, the hottest topic has been our Browns, man, with Shedeur Sanders coming out of rookie minicamp. We got a lot of coverage going on, a lot of eyes on Cleveland because of this polarizing figure that we have at our quarterback position now. Um, I think Cleveland kind of backed their way into possibly having one of the top players in the draft without even knowing it. You know, they took Dylan Gabriel before him, trying to convince everybody that they feel stronger about him than they do Shedeur Sanders. And, my thing was let's get out there and get between the lines and let's figure that out. And by all accounts, from everything I've seen most of the snaps that they've taken this weekend, and got a lot of reports coming out of there from this weekend. And Shedeur's is on a different level than Dylan Gabriel, so there will be no Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel competition. For the people out there who want to keep trying to peg that as a competition, there's not a competition. He's on a different level than Dylan Gabriel. There's no disrespect to Gabriel. He's smaller. The ball just looks different coming off his hands than it does Shedeur. Shedeur looks more confident, more fluid. And he just looks like a first round pick going up against probably a fifth or sixth round pick, truly. And so, to be able to witness that and see, how in control Shedeur is already in rookie minicamp is very encouraging. I think the competition element really comes in when we bring in Joe Flacco, and it's a situation where they roll out Joe Flacco to start the season, see what he can give us, and then kind of ease Shedeur into his role, or do they allow him to really compete with Joe Flacco in training camp and see if he's the guy starting week one? So if it's me, we're in an organization where we haven't had a franchise quarterback in a very, very long time, not my lifetime. And we got a situation where we can possibly have one, and got him for a very, very cheap bargain price as a fifth round pick. Fortunately for us, I'm not going to sit here and act like we wasn't one of the teams that passed on him several times, but he fell in our lap. We'll take it. And I feel like now that he is here, I feel like now that he is getting these reps, people are starting to see this kid is a worker. He's not a guy who's going out there and, you know, causing a lot of hysteria and a lot of extra media attention. He putting his head down. He working, staying late, working with receivers late, which one article came out and talked about that. He's getting in the building and doing his homework, man. So it's encouraging to see. And I feel like this is just a precursor to what's to come for Shedeur Sanders. I feel like he's going to take this job by the reins. He's the most talented quarterback in our building. And I feel like this summer he'll have an opportunity to show that. So again, I'm curious to see. I don't think Gabriel will be a factor, and I don't think Kenny Pickett will be a factor. I don't think Kenny Pickett will be on our roster come week one. I think he will be traded or released, and I think Gabriel will be either the third string or he will also be trade bait. I fully expect Shedeur Sanders to be our starter, and I expect Joe Flacco to be our backup, and then them to bring in probably another veteran to have that QB3 or slide Gabriel there as well. So that's kind of our depth, the outlook of the depth chart from the quarterback position that I expect, and I expect him to continue to have a strong showing throughout the summer. He's gonna have his bumps. I mean, it's all new. It's the NFL, but I think that they're gonna see pretty quickly, and I'm sure people inside that building already have seen pretty quickly that they got a gem in that fifth round, and somebody that's really gonna take this job by the horns and not look back. So very exciting stuff out of Cleveland. We're gonna have full coverage of it. He's been all over the internet over this past 48 hours or so, which is something that's new for Cleveland. We used our quarterback being on the internet for the wrong reasons here recently, unfortunately. But for him to be on the internet and be trending and people talking about Shedeur and the way they're talking about him and how he's looking good and working is really encouraging. And we can't sleep on the fact that we got two really good running backs as well. I've been paying attention to them, and they look great, man. I mean, I know it's just training camp, and I know they're going against air right now, so you can't grade these guys too much on what's going on. But I mean, just the speed, the power, the pop that they have, the agility. I mean, Sampson and Judkins is going to be a great 1-2 punch, and I can honestly see why they're comfortable letting Nick Chubb move on. It's unfortunate. We love Chubb and all the things he did for our organization, but having two young studs like that you were able to get in the draft was a home run for the Browns. So those two guys, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And something I'm keeping my eye on is the Saints, man. They just announced Derek Carr just announced his retirement, and they drafted Tyler Show. And let's be real. I mean, this guy is 25 years old, had 3 season-ending injuries, was on nobody's radar, prior to the season ending, and all of a sudden he's a high second-round pick. And so there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be keeping their eye on him, keeping their eye on Shedeur to see, exactly what the Saints were thinking. I mean, maybe they're the only people in the world, or very few, who know something we don't know. But we got eyes, and we can see, who's the better quarterback. And I look forward to that playing out. But we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on the Saints to see how that situation unfolds. I'm just happy we on the other side of it this time, because usually that's us drafting a quarterback like that, missing out on the big name guy. So I'm glad we got Shedeur. I'm glad he's in our building. He looks happy. He's happy to be here. He's working. And I feel like he's going to take this job by the reins and be our guy for the foreseeable future. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about Shedeur Sanders, his performance thus far, from what you've seen in the videos. And also, are you optimistic for him being our starter for the 25 season? And what you think we got going forward? We'll be dropping more content here shortly. Now that we got some football going, some rookie mini training camp. And then we're going to also have some more content coming as we get into the summer for OTAs and also for regular training camp. So be on the lookout, hit the notification button, subscribe, and we'll be locking in with you, tapping in soon.